Hi, my name is Jennifer Febby, and I'm a sophomore. And my majors are rhetoric and writing and African diaspora studies with a minor in philosophy. I know that's a lot. So coming into UT during freshman year, during the freshman orientation, I saw a group of women girls who were advertising for an African association. I was like, oh, okay, that seems cool. So, but it didn't really stick with me. It wasn't something I was like, okay, I can't wait to go to UT and have all these African friends. It was just something like, oh, cool. But anyway, so freshman year, it's the first meeting of ASA. I was unaware of it, but I was in the X Lounge, and I think Emery or some African was in the X Lounge and with me, and they mentioned ASA, and then they mentioned food, and I was like, okay, so I have to go. And so I went, and it was just so many people, so many Africans, and I just assumed they were mainly Nigerians. So in my head, it was like, dang, these are a lot of Nigerians. And so, at that point, and there was Nigerian music on, and African music on. Well, I think it was Nigerian. But anyways, it was on, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I am at home. And so, I kept on coming to ASA meetings, and it was just really great. As time went on, I felt more and more comfortable with the people. And, of course, my personality is going to bump with this person's personality and this, but it's all part of, getting to know each other. But, so ASA for me is basically, the cliche home away from home, because it was one of those things where coming in, I was anxious about being away from home. I was happy, yet I was anxious because I was away from my parents, and it's like, who am I going to hear Igbo from every day, or who am I going to hear an African accent from, Nigerian accent from every day, But so I met people, and it just things became just like home. The food, the music, just everybody and everyone just being aggressive sometimes, and just that Yorubas versus Igbos. It was childish, but it was still good. It was good to be a part of all that. And so, because of these people, talking to them, not just at ASA meetings, but outside ASA meetings, and hanging out with people, it really made me feel comfortable, and it alleviated the anxieties and apprehensions I had. So when it came to doing my schoolwork, things were a lot easier, because it was one of those things where, ooh, I'm looking forward to ASA on Thursday, so that made things more, made me more motivated in a sense. I'm not saying that ASA is the reason why I'm successful here at UT, but it is a key factor. And so, one big thing that really stuck out to me, one big thing that really just helped me was the Fest Africa. Fest Africa really just showed me the culture, just the way TJ was able to display, help coordinate the chairs, and have these dancers, singers, poets, just everybody displaying the culture of Africa. It was just a beautiful sight, and it brought out not just Africans, but whites, Asians, other ethnicities, and it really just helped bring the community together and show them this is what us Africans have to offer, not just HIV or all those other things that National Geographic and CNN shows, And so it really inspired me to want to be Best Africa chair this year. And so I was co-chair with Deborah, and I was just, the idea of having to help put this show together was, in a sense, overwhelming, but because of that passion, that love I have for ASA and for the Africans in it, I was able to do it with the help with Deborah and putting on the program. And so it was just one of the best things that I did. And I was able to invite people from my classes, my coworkers, that y'all came out there and saw what I partook in, what ASA as a group partook in. And so, and I wish my parents were there, but anyways, it was just really great to be a part of that. And that's what really ASA means to me. Like the culture, the people, being able to just relax and just throw out my accent, just bringing out my accent as if I'm just in the village, being bush girl without anyone harassing me or looking at me as if I'm just some kind of alien. And so that's just what I really loved. And also this is it's also great because UT, the black population at UT is not the highest, and so having being able to dominate, being one of the dominating group in the black race is something great, because it's like we're African, and this is what we have to offer, and this is what we have to contribute to this school, UT. And so it really just, like I said before, comforts me and really helps me when I do my schoolwork. And it does suck that a lot of Africans in ASA are natural science majors. I might be only one of the few liberal arts majors. So when it comes to getting help in schoolwork, or when it comes to helping people with their schoolwork, that's something I can't really contribute. Like, what I can't really help with. But I mean, it is what it is. At least I'm that one person that's like, there can be a change. And speaking of that, speaking of this, my tattoo, that's something that kind of turned heads. But anyways, so another thing I like about ASA is the networking aspect of it. This reunion that we're having is really great, because getting to see people who were here in the 90s, like getting to see where their mindset was when it came to ASA versus our mindset now in 2012. So it's crazy. And hopefully I'm not mistaken, but I was told that, or I heard that it first started with grad students, international grad students, who wanted to basically just find a home away from home. And so I really think that's awesome, because just looking at from where ASA started to now, that key thing is still there, home away from home. And so I just really love that. And so having these alumni coming down and just sharing their life with us, like what they've been able to do, and how ASA has affected them, and going out into the real world. I'm looking forward to hearing about that, because I know for me, going to law school or going to wherever, I know it's going to be different, not being away from home and being away from this group, ASA group, where Africans are centered, and having to go out there and just find my own group of Africans. So it'll be really interesting to see how they went about with it. I know Raymond told me that in Stanford the black population is very low, and so he does miss ASA, and so I just hope that's not me. But yeah, ASA, home away from home. I repeat, home away from home, and it's just a great community. And it's like one of those things where it's like it just motivates you. It just keeps that fire burning, and just knowing that people here who share the same background, share the similar background, similar interests, are here just helps with schoolwork. And being an African diaspora studies major, I'm not only just learning about Africa, but I'm learning about African descendants in America, and how they were able to, how their culture is, even though they're away from Africa, and learning how to connect with these Black Americans in my classroom, and just learning from them, and learning from me as an African, and inviting people to ASA. Just seeing how that, as this African diaspora degree is going to help me with just seeing the world. people who follow me on Twitter know how fired up I am about this Trayvon Martin issue, this problem or whatever. And just things like that, being able to discuss that in ASA and being able to open our eyes to things like this, not just all about education as our parents make it seem like it's not just about education, but in a sense, education does make you more aware that things like this happen. But anyways, I feel like I'm staring away from like the focus, the main point of this video. So back to ASA. ASA is really great. West Africa is really great. That's like the biggest thing, the most thing I like about ASA, like being able to share culture. And I really hope that I can apply, that when I apply, I do get the co-chair or chair or whatever position again, because I want to continue to be able, and with the things that I saw that was wrong this year, I hope to tweak it up and even make things even better next year. And Baylor, we can see that there are Africans, not just Africans like at Baylor, at Texas State, Africans, other schools who come from the same background and who can relate also. And it's just very inspiring and just very great to be a part of that, because not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of ethnicities can all just go to other schools and have that big crowd, like a big cultural display, and compete. Like my Africanness is better than your Africanness when it comes to fashion. My Africanness is better than yours when it comes to culture. Like it's crazy, and I really love that. And that's one of the things I love about ASA. And hopefully next year I can be able to be more confident and be less shy about doing poetry in front of a big crowd, because I did want to do poetry this year, and there were people behind me, people who were going to support me with that, but I just chickened out. And that's what I love about ASA too, the support, the encouragement about that some people give, and it's just really great. And hopefully I can take that and be a part of the poetry team next year and go around and compete. So last words, ASA, thank you for being what you are, and I hope that we can continue to keep that key point of being home away from home and bring it on to next year and years to come, and continue to have these reunion chairs. I'm so grateful for y'all with doing this. It's really great. Y'all put in a lot of hard work, and hopefully others appreciate it and really show their appreciation. And thank you, Zach. Thank you, everybody, members, everybody. Jennifer Sebi, Oluchukwu, Work of God, and Ebo. Hey.